Alright, so as you can see, I definitely switch around my teams an insane amount of times. But yes, I'm back again with a different build. I've now got Bennett and Xinyan. I'm going to start showing which constellations I have. Because I don't know what it is. I've gotten extremely lucky with a lot of these constellations. And some of these artifacts, like I'm only AR-38, so I didn't expect to have any great artifacts yet. But yeah, somehow I have Razor at Constellation 3, which it helps a lot. This actually really does. And then we've got Xinyan, which I only got two days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. And I already have 2 constellations on her, which also helps a lot if you have some. And then Bennett, I haven't been able to get any for him. I haven't really tried to get him too often either. But yeah, and also Kaya, I haven't gotten any. But the thing is, yesterday, I got my second constellation on Mona. This is the only 5-star I've ever gotten in the game. Every single time I get a 5-star, it's Mona. Which is kind of annoying because I would prefer to, you know, get Diluc or something like that. But, I mean, I guess I would take it. But the main thing about this team that's like making me really like it is the combination between Bennett and Xinyan. Because if you don't know, here, if we go over to talents here, when she uses this, the sweeping fervor, Xinyan brandishes her instrument dealing pyro damage on nearby enemies, forming a shield made of her audience's passion. But basically these, if you hit 3 enemies, it makes a shield that also does pyro damage over time. And then if you go over to Bennett and go to his healing, you put down a circle that heals you consistently. So this is an insane amount of, this combo is crazy. Because if you have healing constantly and you also can't take damage for a decent amount of time, this combo makes everything super easy. And then of course I threw in Kaya because that was one of the main things I was missing in all of my past builds with Razor, is that I didn't have access to Superconduct. And Superconduct removes some of the physical resistance, which of course you want to have with Razor because that's what he's best at, is physical attacks. But yeah, I'm going to talk about some of the artifacts. Some of them are just like Kaya. I'm not really going to go too far into it because I don't have much like of good on him really. Because, I mean, I literally just started building this man. But Bennett, of course, you want to build as much energy recharge and health. Because the way the healing works is that the healing is only as good as his health, maximum health. So you want to build up his health as much as you can. So as you can see, I have barely have any attack plus, don't have any defense plus. I do have a decent amount of elemental mastery, but I'm running the Exile 4P set just to get as much recharge as possible. Because I want to have this very, very often. And it actually isn't, it recharges insanely fast. And then Xinyan, if I'm using artifacts, you want to get her defense up. Because like Bennett, here it says the shield's damage absorption scales based on Xinyan's defense. So you want to get her defense up, and then after that I just focus on attack. And after that I just focus on crit damage percentage because I want to get that crit as much as possible. Now one great thing about Xinyan that I want to get really badly at level 70 is that characters shielded by Sweeping Fervor deal 15% increased physical damage, which can help Razor out an insane amount. Like, this is crazy that you can also like not take damage, but it buffs your physical damage at the same time. And then of course Razor, this is the one I'm running most of my good artifacts on. I do have another 5-star and it's a Gladiators, but I don't have another one, so I don't know. I don't really want, I feel like this one does more for me for now, just because the energy recharge, attack percentage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to work on, if I can get some more Gladiators, then yeah, I'll probably pair it up just to get the plus 18% attack. But for now, I feel like this one is better for me. But yeah, of course with him, I'm trying to get as much as attack as possible, so that I can just absolutely destroy any boss. But yeah, his talents, I messed up at the beginning because I didn't really understand Razor at the beginning. And for some reason, I decided to upgrade Lightning Fang before pretty much anything else. But now I'm trying to get his Steel Fang up as much as I possibly can. But yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of gameplay here so that you can see what I mean by how crazy this combo can be in Spiral Abyss or in anything else in the game. But yeah, let's get into it. So this first time I'm doing it, yes, it's only on floor 5 chamber. But I just haven't done too much. This one I'm going to show just how great the defense is. If you put this down and then use Xinyan's attack and just stand there, you constantly do damage to these people, but you also barely take any damage. And once you get down to 70%, you just start doing damage. You just start healing instantly. Alright, so I purposely got Bennett down to a low health so that I can do this. Now, we're going to... My Bennett is a pretty low level, but we're going to go ahead and switch to him and use this. And see, look at his health. The health goes up so fast. There's like, if you just pop this on top of a boss and then just let him hit you, your health just continuously goes up. And it really doesn't matter if you're just standing around. And then every single time that you switch back, you'll probably have this again. And that's when I'm using Bennett. Now, I'm not going to be using Bennett into most of the time, so its health is going to go down even slower. Because, of course, I'm going to be using Razor. And then, yeah. You can pretty much just, like one example that I was, like, doing the other day is that I was doing the child fight. And if you pop Bennett's on top of Xinyan's shield, you can literally just pop those on top of him and just take hits. Like, it doesn't matter. And it also buffs Razor's attack at the same time. So this combo is absolutely insane because you can literally just stand there and take damage if you need to. But at the same time, you're not going to be standing there just taking damage in a normal fight. So a lot of the time, you're just going to be moving around. So it's going to be even harder to take damage in the first place. But if you do, you don't have to worry about it. Because in the child fight, there's a couple of attacks where, like, you get hit by one of those once, and you're just screwed. It just one hits you or two hits you. And it gets frustrating as hell. I know. But yeah, let's get into the next part of this where I show actually how crazy it is when I actually use Razor with it and do damage to these characters. When I actually do damage to these enemies. But yeah, let's get right into it. For this second part, I'm not going to be talking over it because it's just going to be a little bit of gameplay showing how the damage works with Razor and how well they combo. Especially when you have Kaya or if you have Qiqi, that's even better. But I don't have Qiqi, so I want to just have Superconduct at some point because it 100% helps the damage an insane amount. Now the second half I won't be showing just because I'm just putting these characters here because I don't really have a second team yet because I'm free to play, so it takes a lot more time for me to get all the materials to have 2 teams that are like ready for high level Spiral Abyss. But I will actually be building Xinyan a lot more soon because of 1.2 and the new artifact sets, because he's going to end up being insane. But yeah, I used to build him a lot and I used to use him as my main, but this team at the bottom might actually be crazy as well. Because the healing is gonna be crazy, and Xingqiu at the same time already has some crazy good shielding. But yeah, we're gonna go and get into it, and I'm gonna stop talking. Here you go. Alright, so as you can see right there, I was doing a lot of damage to these enemies, and of course we didn't even get to proc our superconduct because a lot of those were ice enemies. That is without Kaya in the equation, and it's still an insane team. Which actually works out better because I'm specifically trying to show off Bennett and Xinyan together, but I don't have to worry about like whether I'm healing enough or not because he gets his abilities back so fast. I got my abilities back in less than what, 20 seconds, and I got my Razor, the Wolf for Razor, back 3 times in that small amount of time it took to beat that. That's an insane amount of recharge. And that mostly has to do with the set that I have on Bennett, because it does help everyone else with their recharge at the same time as his. So his healing is already insane. It does 1100 per second. So as long as you've got a bunch of recharge and you've constantly got that thing up, and then you've also got a shield from Xinyan, you're not gonna die in the Spiral Abyss. Unless you're going up above, I guess, like 20 levels above you or something crazy. But yeah. If you have more questions about this build specifically, let me know. I've actually only been building this for less than a week now, but once I get Xinyan to level 70 and she does that plus 15% physical damage for Razor, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be doing a separate video for that, showing about insane amount of damage I can do after I have all the buffs that I could possibly want. And this one just showed off Bennett and Xinyan, so that only showed the bonus you get from them. I didn't even show with Kaya, and if you proc Superconduct along with the Wolf at the same time, it does some insane damage. But if you want to see a video about why Razor and Kaya are great together, I can do that separately. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.